Dippack Mistri asks the question most of us sidestep before breakfast. What exactly is the light that makes all other light possible?
This episode goes deep into that territory, the nature of consciousness as the absolute foundation of reality, drawing on Advaita Vedanta, the Gayatri Mantra, and the teachings of sages like Ramana Maharshi.
Let's start with the light itself.
The central claim here is both ancient and disorienting. Consciousness is not something that arises inside the universe. It is the ground the universe arises inside. That inversion is what the whole post is working through.
And the post anchors that claim in a specific image. The setup is the sun and moonlight as fabric of what we see. Then comes the harder statement. Without life consciousness, even the sun would not arise. There is no sunlight, nor the moonlight, nor the stars, nor the sun, nor the Higgs boson field, nor the God particle to apprehend anything by a corpse, because there is no consciousness.
So the upshot is this. Perception is not a feature of the universe. It is the precondition for the universe to register as existing at all. A corpse has access to every photon and every particle, and none of it amounts to anything.
Which is why the sages call it the light of consciousness. Not a metaphor for brightness, but the literal reason brightness means anything.
The post names this animating principle the savitor, the power within a sentient being, and connects it directly to the Gayatri Mantra. The sages describe it as 1,000 times brighter than the sun, not as hyperbole, but because without life consciousness, there is simply nothing to compare anything against.
That framing quietly dismantles the mainstream scientific picture, which locates consciousness inside the nervous system. The post's counter is clean. The nervous system is itself an object appearing within consciousness, not the other way around.
The post is careful to note that mainstream physics does not yet embrace this view. It treats consciousness as emergent from brain processes, what the post calls an extroverted orientation. But philosophically, the stakes are real. If consciousness contains the body, the senses, and the cosmos, then the scientific model has the container and the contents reversed.
There is a moment near the end where the post quotes Ramana Maharshi directly to Swami S.S. Cohen. Cut off the head and the soldier still goes around until he drops dead. This is because the heart, or the seat of consciousness, is not situated in the head. That is not a metaphysical abstraction. That is a pointed claim about anatomy.
And it lands the broader argument in something concrete. Consciousness is not localized in the brain or any organ. In the Advaita Vedanta tradition the post draws on, alongside Vasishta and Adi Shankara, Brahman is pure consciousness, not separate from the universe, but its very basis. The individual self, the Atma, is ultimately one with that.
The post calls Maya the field that gives apparent mass or expression to dynamic consciousness. The same function, the post notes with some amusement, that mainstream physics assigns to the Higgs boson field.
That parallel is not coincidental. The post is asking whether physics and Vedanta are, at some level, describing the same thing from opposite ends. The Janani's position, what is here is there, first, inverts the scientific starting point. Everything from time and space to the laws of physics are, in this view, reflections within a singular, unchanging awareness.
And the practical consequence, the post argues, is not detachment. It is the opposite. Realizing the self as the absolute shifts how you move through the world. Less identification with the ego, more recognition that what you meet in others is a reflection of the same life consciousness. The post closes with self-inquiry as the direct path, Ramana Maharshi's Who Am I? And a quieter starting point. Who gave you your name, your nationality, your religion? Peel that back, and what remains is the ground the question was always standing on. The inversion the post keeps returning to, consciousness as container, not content, is the kind of idea that does not stay politely in the philosophy section.
It doesn't. Once you take seriously that the observer and the observed are not separate, the next question is how you live from that. That is where we will pick up next time.